Yeah, so hi everyone and welcome to today's webinar on the topic of SCOM and the SCOM data source for Grafana. The last time we talked about our SCOM exporter for Prometheus, so if you missed that webinar, it is available on our YouTube channel, so you know that. My name is Jonas Lenntun, and here with me today I have Vincent and Vries, and we are going to talk about another project we have released in the Grafana lineup, the SCOM data source for Grafana, and of course show you how to get started. Before we begin, I just want to revisit the topic on our view on where Grafana and SCOM fits in a modern monitoring or observability strategy. So most people, you do know that SCOM is, a really good solution for monitoring the Microsoft environment. I guess many of you that's here today are very familiar with SCOM. But now with the rise of, not the rise, but maybe in the more adoption of more cloud technologies, we see a lot of organizations, they are facing new challenges on how to actually integrate and how to kind of get all of these systems in. And we do see that the integration and the two systems from both Microsoft and Grafana, they kind of make a perfect fit when it comes to actually integrate these systems and to be able to use all the investments that you already did in or have done in SCOM, but also to reuse and combine it with the strengths of the stuff from Grafana. But now I'm going to hand it over to Vincent, who's going to talk about today's topic. So let's go, Vincent.
All right, thank you, Jonas. Okay, today I want to show you a couple of things, especially a demo. But first, I want to talk a little bit why to use Grafana dashboards for SCOM. Well, first of all, we like to have a modern dashboarding solution, and especially with a rich ecosystem. So there are a lot of plugins which can actually enhance your Grafana dashboard from a lot of different vendors. And also we like to combine observability in a central location. So you can have dashboards from SCOM, but you can also kind of connect up different systems straight into Grafana so that you have a single pane of glass when you're actually working with your data from different monitoring systems or observability systems. And then last but not least, it is open source software, Grafana, so it is free to use, and that goes for the plugin we created as well. So why we created and open source the SCOM data source for Grafana? Well, first of all, we like to experiment with new technologies, and we like to kind of make use of the technologies which we find cool. And so we also like to see what is possible. And in this case, we ended up with the SCOM data source for Grafana. Now, another kind of reason why we did this is because we think it's a low-cost solution for SCOM visualization, and low cost we mean more efficient because you can freely download it and start using it. And if you just want a few dashboards, that's cool. But you can also create many if you would need them. And also because we believe Grafana complements SCOM. So yes, we do make beautiful dashboards in Grafana, but you can also hook up other parts of other data sources to the dashboards if you so wanted to. So what am I going to demo today? Well, first of all, I'm going to demo the installing of the SCOM data source, how you get that up and running very quickly. And then a live demo of creating a few dashboards, one for performance data, one alert view, and a state data. And then last but not least, how to import the PingMP dashboard, which we have pre-canned for you. So if you use our ping management pack, the latest version of our ping management pack, then you can use this dashboard in conjunction with the data source and the dashboards. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'll stop sharing first. And let me share a window. There we go. Let me go ahead here and here. So one of the first things we do, of course, is get a Grafana installation. So I have a vanilla Grafana installation here, and I have a SCOM installation, which I have here. Pretty much this is the SCOM server, and it's a all-in-one installation for SCOM. So that means the database is on one server, the web service, and all the other components. So first of all, where can you find information about how to do this? Well, you can find the plugin here on GitHub if you like to. You can also download it from our website. But here at the releases, we usually release the latest version, so you can get it from here and you can download the zip. Then we have a knowledge base article in getting started with the SCOM data source for Grafana here. And right at the beginning, it tells you how you need to install the web console for SCOM, otherwise it won't work, and how to configure it. So in IIS, there's one thing you need to take into account, which is the authentication part, and you need to enable basic authentication. Now we have that already on the IIS server we have running here on the server. So if we look at authentication, then we can see that we have basic authentication enabled here. So that's all good. That's good to go. The next thing is we have to download and install the plugin. It's an unsigned plugin, so we have to import it, import the zip and put it in the plugins directory. So that's what we're going to do now. So normally we'd download it from here. I already have it downloaded here in our downloads. So what we need to do is upload it to our Grafana environment. Now I have a Grafana installation and the Linux server is an Ubuntu 22 server, but any other version will work to 22 or newer. So the first thing we need to do is need to upload it to our server with SCP. So I already have the command here. So we do SCP and then to the Opslogix server. In this case, I just have an IP address back here, and we're going to upload it to our home directory. So that's going to be easy. Enter a password. And it'll start uploading. Now, SCP is just a tool you can get in the later versions of Windows and Windows Server. So that's easy that you can just do it in a command prompt. And then what we want to do is we want to SSH into the server. So we'll SSH in with the user Opslogix at the IP address 30. All right. Okay, so there we go. We don't need this one for. And we'll check if the zip is there. It is there indeed. So now what we need to do is we need to unzip it to the plugins directory. Now the plugin directory in a default installation on Ubuntu would be var lib grafana and then plugins. So what I'll do is I copied the whole command just for the sake of time, and I'll paste it here. So we can do sudo unzip, and we specify the zip we want to unzip, -d to the directory. So that's there into the folder Opslogix SCOM plugin by Opslogix Data Source. We'll run that. And because it's sudo, it asks us, oh. I reverted this for the demo, so I forgot to install unzip. No problem, we'll install that quickly. All right, do it again. There we go, inflating everything. Now we have to do one more thing. We have to allow Grafana to use the plugin because it's unsigned. So we'll do that. We'll edit the grafana.ini. Oh. And what we need to find is so basically where we need to go is we need to go into the ini file and we have to allow loading unsigned plugins. So we need to allow our Opslogix plugin to be loaded. So we'll do this one here. Oh, and we'll paste it here. Oh, copy, paste. There we go. So that's all we have to do. We'll just save this, go back, and then restart Grafana. So it loads the new ini file or the changes in the ini file. So sudo systemctl server. And that's it really. So when we go to our Grafana server, we'll log in. And we'll go to plugins. And we'll search for our plugin called SCOM, and there it is. So when we click it, we can add a new data source. And the data source, we can rename it, make it a bit clearer, call it SCOM Data Source. And the URL, we're going to use the URL of this server, so basically itself, and in this case it's HTTP, so we're not encrypting anything, but we're using it local for a demo anyway, so that doesn't really matter. We're using the Contoso administrator account, and for that we need a password. We don't really need to skip any TLS certificate validation because we're not using HTTPS anyway, but if you'd use something like a self-signed certificate, you would need to do that. So let's test it. So the data source is working, so that's all very good. So we can go to the dashboards. Now the first thing we want to do is create a new dashboard. So here's a new dashboard and it's empty, and we can add a visualization. And the first thing I want to show you is how to create a visualization for performance. Now we have three sections like in SCOM, but also here in the dashboards. We have performance, alerts, and health, and I'll do one for each. So first of all, if we're going to do performance, we have to find some performance objects, and we can choose a class here. But you can also do a group. So if you have a group of instances, you can choose the group first, select it, and then do the class instances. But just to keep things easy and keep things a bit quicker, I'll just do classes right now. So what I'll do is do the VMware ESX servers. Oh. All right, we can choose the a single instance, or we can choose all the instances, or we can just choose a couple which we want. And then we're going to use a select a counter. So let's do average CPU time, and let's switch to table view just to see what kind of data we have. And that looks okay. Oh, just get this. That looks okay. That's times. These are time series. So when we go back to a time series, we should have a nice graph. So that's very easy. This way, if we go back to our dashboard, we see we added the visualization, and we can actually see for the different ESX hosts what its average CPU time is. Now we can add another visualization. For example, if we wanted to add some alerts, if we wanted to see the alerts for ESX servers, for example. So let's go to the alerts. Right away, what we see here is we can do a query, which is in the standard query language for SCOM. So basically SCOM alerts. And we want things in the resolution state 0, and resolution state 0 would be new. And we have priority here, or severity, sorry. We don't really want severity to, we'll take that away. Let's switch to table view first and see what alerts we get. And most of them are VMware anyway, but we get everything now. And one of the things we'd like to do in this dashboard is kind of filter out everything that has to do with ESX. So we'll paste in the monitoring object display name. And again, you can do anything you like here, and we'll search it. And right away, we'll see that we have pretty much everything here having to do with ESX. So, okay, that's all very nice, but we have a lot of IDs, ugly IDs here, which we don't really want to see, and we might want to rearrange some of the columns. So let's do a quick transformation here, and we'll add a transformation for the data. And in Grafana, you have many transformations which you can use, but the one we're going to be using today is organize fields by name, and then we don't really want to see the ID of the alert because we're not interested in that. We do want to see the name, and we want to see the severity at the front because that's usually how SCOM does it as well. We don't want to see the age in milliseconds, I think. So we have the name, description, object display name. Is that what we want to see? Let's see. We'll leave it in for now. So we'll go ahead and use these fields. So that's nice. We have these. We want to see these, but it would be nice to give them a little bit of color as well. So what we can do is we can scroll down and we can go to, let's see. First of all, we need to add some value mappings. So we'll add a value mapping, and we can see that we have in the panel, we have severity of warning, error, warning, and so forth. So the first one we'll do is warning, and we'll keep the display text warning, and we'll set the color to yellow, and we'll add a mapping, do another value mapping, and we'll add error, which in SCOM language usually is critical. And we'll set the color to red, update. So there's nothing yet, but we just use these as a placeholder, and we'll add a field override, fields with name, and we'll choose the field and we'll use severity. And then we'll add the field override with a type. Sorry, that's not it. Oh, severity, add override property. There we go, and then cell text colored. All right. So basically, we're going to see the severity here. So if it's a warning here, we'll get a yellow, and if it's in critical, we'll get it in critical. So now we can go back to our dashboards. We have these two, which looks nice already. Now we'd also like to see the state view of all the ESX hosts. So let's go ahead and add a state view visualization. And we'll go here, we'll go see the health. So basically the entity health. Again, you can use class or group here. We'll go for class again, and we'll go for the ESX servers. And we'll choose all the instances. So we'll search for that. We'll check in the table view if we get everything. And again, we'll actually add some transformations here because we don't want all of the data. So we'll add this one. Again, we'll use the organize fields by name. So we don't want the ID. We do want the health state. We don't want the number. Alert counts we don't need. class instance name we would like to have. All the other ones will just undo for the moment. And again, here we would like to see what kind of state it is in. So we would like to use some color codes for it. So we'll add a value mapping again, and value here we'll do error equals critical and set the color. Add another one. Warning is warning. Another value. And in SCOM speak, that would be healthy. And we'll color that green. Update. And again here, we'll add the field overrides. So what we'll do, fields with name. And we'll choose the field, the health states, and add the property, and we'll do the cell type again. And what we'll do is we'll do colored background, and we'll do it for the entire row. All right. So now we can see which class instance name. These are just IP addresses, by the way, for the ESX host. They don't have a DNS name. So so this is what we want to do. Then we'll go back to the dashboard. Can reorganize this a little bit and make it look a bit more pretty down here. And there you go. You have a very basic dashboard, and you have that up and running in about 10 to 15 minutes. So it is very kind of easy to do this. Now, what we've done also, if you do not want to make dashboards yourself and you're using the PingMP, let me just save this. So we'll go back. We'll call this demo. And we'll go back to dashboards. Is you can import dashboards. So what we've done in our latest PingMP, if we created a zip, and if you look in the zip, then there's not only, oh, sorry, that's the data source. If you look in the zip, we don't only include the dashboard, but we also add 2 JSONs for the dashboard you can include with the latest version of the zip management pack. So how would you go about doing that? Well, you have to import them. Well, first of all, the prerequisite would be that you would have the PingMP imported and that you have some of these ping targets. But if you do have that, then we can just go ahead. And one of the things is that our plugin makes use of another plugin, which is called Polystat. So we'll just quickly install that. We'll go back to dashboards. And what we'll do is we'll do import. And first we'll import the overview dashboard. We have to select a data source, import it. And right away it starts working. So we can see our ping targets, but we can also see ones which are not returning a ping reply. We can also see the amount which are actually in an error condition, and we can see the alerts corresponding with them. If we want to drill in to some of those ping targets, we need to import the details dashboard, which is this one. Select the data source again, import it. And now you can see probably that there's not going to be any information in here, but that's because we use it as a link dashboard. So you wouldn't really use this one just to click on it. But what you would do is you would go to the overview dashboard. And if you're, for example, interested in this ping target, so named City Pulse, you can click on it, and then it would open the ping detail dashboard and hopefully give you some information. There we go, average response time and average packet loss and the jitter. Excuse me. So that really is it for the demo. It was just a quick update to show you what you can do with the dashboards and how you can get started very quickly and how you can author your own dashboards. That would be the end of the demo. Let me go back and have the PowerPoints again here. So yeah, basically, like I said, it was a quick demo overview of the dashboards, how you create them. Please also check our upcoming webinars, SCOM and local LLMs, and Grafana Alert Management Pack for SCOM, which we'll send out invites for if you want to join them. And last but not least, it's time for some Q&A. So if you have any questions, please feel free to answer or to ask them, and we'll try to answer them as well as possible. I see Ivan is there.
Hi, Vincent.
Hi.
Yeah, so I kind of missed the very beginning of the demo. So when you when you showed earlier adding like the classes into the dashboards for alerts, can we further scope that, like for example via groups or something?
Yes, you can select groups if you'd like to. Which one were you talking about? The performance or the alerts?
Both.
Well, the alerts you can scope because that's just the SCOM query language, so you can filter it there. I'd be happy to send you out a link where you can have like all the syntax for that.
That
but
great.
the other ones, both the performance data and for the health state, you can use groups, and then it'll just use the instances in the group. One caveat
nice.
though,
Very nice.
yeah. One caveat though is they all need to be the same type of class in the group. Otherwise, it kind of gets confusing which one is what. But that's it.
That's fine. We can use like subgroups for different types anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Vincent.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is great.
And if you don't have access to a microphone or something, you can always ask any type of questions in the chat window as well, so you know that. So what would you, Vincent, say that is a good use case for using this solution for, is it like big organizations that want to combine all of their data into one dashboard solution, or what would be your recommendation for the data source? Would it be a replacement for other stuff, or?
Oh yes, it could definitely be if you want to do some sort of dashboarding, but don't have requirements to do a lot of click-throughs and things like that, then that would be a use case. But you can make them very complex. So I would say it has a very wide use case if you'd like to. Yeah, there's something for everyone.
I think we have another question. I'm not sure if the microphone is working or not. We can try.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
How to display the top 10 Windows CPU memory disk utilization through the Grafana?
The
top counter?
CPU memory disk utilization, the performance top 10 utilization, high utilization of performance like CPU, memory, and disk. How to display the visualizations?
Yeah, that would require a little bit more work. Let me see if I have the dashboard here. We were working on some of it.
I think that might be something with we can use the transformation for it. We are a little bit limited on what the SCOM API, what type of data it sends back, the web API as well. But many of the functionality in Grafana we can kind of manipulate after when we retrieve the data. So usually we can get all the data, then filter stuff out. But let's see if Vincent has something there.
I think I have something here. Let me just share this. Share, and I'll share a window. It's this one here. So basically we've been doing some work like this. So where you can get like a processor time, percent memory use, free space. This is for 2 Windows servers, but in Grafana you would actually then limit the number of results to 10, so you can actually edit it or leave it at the top 10. So it would you would have to include quite some filters like we've done here, but I'd be happy to kind of like share this with you so you know how to do it. But it is possible, but in the scope of this time in this webinar, it's we have a bit of limited time, so I don't think I can fully demo it to you.
But feel free to reach out and we can take the use cases because it's
so
interesting to hear.
Yeah, I have one query. Are you using any Ansible code or using any query to fetch these values?
No, it's all purely the SCOM data source we're using.
Okay. So the data source, once we install, automatically we will get all this information. Just we need to give the inputs for that, right?
Yes. So you need to kind of create the dashboards.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Let's see.
Don't see anything.
That might be it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining. While we will get the new webinar as well out for how to integrate SCOM and Grafana using the Alert Manager function. So that could be also a very interesting topic to leverage the strength of both systems. So we watch out for these webinars, and hopefully we will see you then. Thank you so much, Vincent, and thank you all for joining. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.